Get ready. It's time. Christina, Catherine, Lisa, Amy, and Lauren. Welcome to the Cimorelli podcast.
Hey, I'm Christina.
I'm Catherine.
I'm Amy.
And I'm Lynn.
And
we're Cimorelli. I feel like Mom can say too because she's a Cimorelli too.
Yeah, that's what I was
we're
thinking.
Cimorellis.
This is our mother, our very own mother.
Our very own personal
Lynn,
mother.
my middle name, and my daughter Tristan's middle name. We got 3 generations of Lynn's now.
Oh, that's cute.
Welcome back to, did I already say that?
The Cimorelli podcast.
I don't know. Who knows?
Yeehaw! Okay, the first thing they're wondering is, where is Lauren?
And Lisa. And if they're
Lauren is sick. Lisa is still supporting her husband through cancer treatment. Once again, please keep their family in your prayers. She will be back as soon as she can.
Today's episode is sponsored by Green Chef. Green Chef is offering more customization than ever. Now you can sub in organic and wild-caught protein options or add chicken and fish to vegetable meals. Use code Cimorelli135 at greenchef.com/Cimorelli135 to get $5.99 per meal on your first box, and your first box ships free. Thank you, Green Chef. We love you.
You haven't been on the podcast before.
No, I haven't.
This is her,
That's weird.
her first time.
podcast debut.
I don't know why. It took us like 100 years to get her on. I don't know why.
I've mentioned we should have her on many times, just saying.
Yeah, I don't know why we never are like, oh, duh, let's put her in this episode. I don't know what's wrong with us, but our mother is on the podcast today. You guys asked a bunch of questions on Patreon and the Cimorelli podcast Instagram. So we're going to ask her all
Oh my gosh, I'm so
those
excited
great
to
questions from you guys. You guys asked some really good ones. It's really good.
How are you feeling about it?
Nervous?
I'm really curious as to what they asked.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Anything you don't like, we can always cut out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So don't be nervous. She's the Lauren of this episode,
Shit.
if you get it.
Oh, they're both introverts.
Oh, yeah. So she's like the Lisa and Lauren kind of, but she's not as wacky as Lisa. Would you say?
Is anybody that wacky?
No.
And I would say you're more outgoing than Lauren.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More talkative.
She is kind of similar to Lisa, but like not at the same time.
Yeah.
Actually, that's one of the questions, so I won't go there yet. So, Mom, we start our podcast with his in-laws, aka highs and lows. Who says that? Lisa? His in-laws?
I don't
Lisa.
remember.
I don't remember.
So we say, what's the high and the low of your week? And I'm guessing since she's an introvert, she doesn't want to go first. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. What's the high and low of
See,
your
I
week?
haven't even thought of mine yet, but I'm just like, I'll do it.
Just gonna riff.
Because I like to riff. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, the high of my week was the soup that I made, which I sent you guys all the recipe and no one
It looked
responded.
good.
Wow, I sent it to you too in the family group. It was
I saw it. It looked good.
I thought it looked good.
Yeah, it was lemon creamy chicken potato soup. It was so good.
It sounds
and I got
really good.
French bread and we dipped it in. Oh, it was so delicious. We had it 2 nights in a row and I wish we had it again for tonight.
Love it.
It was so good.
Just love it.
So yeah, that was definitely my high. It's soup weather right now, and I just love the cozy vibes. So
It is.
Yeah, honestly, that's been a general high. Is I think this is the most beautiful fall I've ever seen in Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
It's
It's really,
the
really
trees are just
pretty.
like, I wrote a poem about it on my drive yesterday.
Oh
It's like
my!
the trees are aflame.
This is
can't hear.
Sappy Thoughts with Kat.
I
Yeah,
cannot
honestly,
hear.
maybe I'll read that poem for the next one. For
That
my
is
Sappy
too
Thoughts.
far.
Wait, that's a really good idea.
Absolutely
Although
not.
it's in voice memo form, so I'd have to dictate it to text.
Oh my! Kath does a lot of voice memos while driving. We've heard many of them for like songwriting and stuff. She'll be like, "God is so good."
Okay, that was one time.
And you were crying in that one, weren't you?
Yeah.
That was Sappy Thoughts with Kat.
I do a lot of vocally recorded poems while I'm driving, which I don't know if it's the safest thing, but I feel like it's safer than writing it. So I'll just write it, and I'll be like saying a poem, and then I'm like thinking about the next line. There's like a pause, and you'll hear like my turn signal, the rain.
Oh, were
it's
you like,
interesting.
the golden leaves. Did you say that?
Actually, I think I did say the word golden. I think I was describing the colors, and I think I said the colors, and I think I said golden, amber, and scarlet.
Oh my!
Because I wanted more melodic versions.
Okay.
That's descriptive.
Okay, I gotta share the poem. I'll do that in the next one.
What's your low?
My low?
Is that you were all sick?
Well, we were sick,
I mean, that's a low.
but it wasn't like that bad. We had like the most mild cold. It was like
So
2
true.
days.
So true.
So I guess that was a low. It kind of made us like I had to miss a baby shower that I was really wanting to go to.
Oh,
That was a low for sure. So that was probably my low.
All right, who's next? Me?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. The high. Oh, I know the high of a usual. Okay, we can't stop doing baby sleep highs. The high is that last night Tristan did 7.5.
Yay!
Wow. That's great.
That's amazing.
I was shook to the core. Of course, I was up for hours. Till
I was
the
going
middle.
to say,
like,
did you sleep?
She gonna wake up? She gonna wake up? She gonna wake? I couldn't sleep. I was trying, but I was like, just go
the
to sleep.
worst.
And I was like, just kept wondering. So that was a great high. And then the low was just that I got the light cold, but then it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
At
It
all.
was literally 2
Well,
days for
apparently
me.
it ain't a light cold for everyone.
Yeah. Lauren got it. Maybe Lauren got something else.
she got
it's
something
not
else.
light
There's a
for
lot
her.
of stuff out there.
Nothing
yeah.
is ever light for Lauren, though. No offense, Lauren, if you're watching.
Yeah, Amy is obsessed with her current platform of Lauren never gets slightly sick. She always
Never.
gets it really bad.
She doesn't. It makes me stressed.
All right, that's
I feel
me.
bad.
That's me. What about you?
I don't know, guys. I'm having a...
Okay, I know you're low.
Is your hat basically describing you? Not today.
Amy's low is
Not
that
today.
she's scared of getting sick,
Yes.
and you're around sick people. But
Yes.
that should be your high because you're not sick, and I'm pretty sure you're not getting sick.
Hopefully. I mean, I don't feel like I'm getting sick.
But it's not even that bad. I'm telling you.
Yeah, true. I don't know. I just have a lot of anxiety today. I just can't think today.
Okay, what was Amy's high when you went to?
Oh, I went to a Halloween party. That was really fun.
What did you dress up as?
I went as like a fairy.
Oh, I think I saw that.
Yeah.
That
I
was
saw a
cute.
picture.
was
You look
cute.
Wait, were
really
you
cute.
Tinkerbell?
No.
Oh, but you were green.
So?
She's
Okay.
a
Not the only
generic
green
fairy.
I thought
Catherine.
you were. I thought you were Tinkerbell.
wasn't
You
blonde.
think that's Tinker? That's not a Tinkerbell costume.
Amy feels bad for you. You think that's Tinkerbell?
Okay, it's been a long time since I
But-
watched. Is that Peter Pan?
Yes.
It's been a long
But
time.
Kat, they had to wear angel wings, and people
Oh.
were kind of confused.
They're like, "Are you a green angel?
They're like, well, yeah.
Are you the angel of the produce
Classic
section?"
Green Angel.
Because wearing them upside down looked better, but I wore them the right way, so I wasn't like smacking people.
Oh.
You know.
You're like, I look good, but I'm smacking people. I gotta change this.
I didn't. I almost poked Ariel's eye. So
Twice.
yeah.
Oh.
So then I was like, I can't be poking
Proprioception.
people's eyes.
Yikes. Okay, Mom, what about you?
Well, I think the high was hosting baby shower this week. It was
that's
really
nice.
fun and got to see everybody. And it was, Lauren did such a beautiful job decorating for it and her team.
She did.
And it was just awesome.
And you made lots of good food. I heard.
Yeah.
The food was
was
so
great.
fun because it was like fall.
Yeah, she
Yeah, it was
did.
all fall
You did
themed.
chili,
chili,
Well,
and
chili was
pumpkin
good.
gingerbread, and
apple cider. She makes
apple
really good apple
spiced
cider.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
oof.
then you made that fall mix of
Yes.
popcorn.
It was just
and
really good.
pretzels
Maybe
and
the
stuff.
best food we've had for like an event. 'Cause, like,
Wow.
fall food is just the best.
Guys, sometimes the simplest things. It just all
Right?
comes
It
together.
was very
The
simple, but it
classic.
was
The
really
pumpkin
good.
bread.
Yeah,
I
it
had
was
like
nice.
4 pieces.
I think
was
everyone
good
just gets
stuff.
excited about fall food because it's so good.
It's
Right.
so good.
Right.
And then what was your low?
I think it was just this one night I didn't sleep very well, and so I was just like a, train wreck the next day. That's
We
about
know.
it.
We
Yeah.
know. That's worse. We always do sleep highs and lows.
Yeah, because sleep is so
See where we got it
important.
from?
It is, yeah, it's a big deal.
Today I
you know?
panicked because I got 8 hours of sleep and I was confused.
Amy,
I
you-
did too.
No,
I
I
haven't
got
gotten
9
8 hours of
hours.
sleep in like 20 years, so I was
Whoa,
amazed.
20
I got
years.
9 and that freaked me out.
That's a long time.
I was like, does that mean I'm
I was
getting
gonna say,
sick?
you lost way more sleep than us in
Oh,
your life because
yeah.
you had 11 children.
And you had Michael as a son. That'll make you lose some sleep.
Oh my
He's a
gosh.
risk taker.
That could
Yeah,
be a
yeah,
whole
yeah,
podcast
yeah.
episode in itself. Stories about Michael.
Oh, we need to get Michael on. Michael would be so funny.
Oh my gosh.
And his like advice.
Michael
or
would be
whatever.
ranting.
That'll be a lot.
He's always ranting. He's like,
I think
you gotta try this
relationship
business thing.
advice would be funny with Michael. We're doing a series of relationship advice with our brothers. Our brother
my
Nick
gosh.
is in the next episode.
Oh, I'm excited to hear what Nick said.
And he's
I bet
so
he has good
funny.
advice.
We did one with Joey and it was hilarious.
Joey was surprisingly very wise.
We were shook. We
Joey
thought it was gonna
hides
be
that
funny.
side.
Yeah, but he was so smart.
Well, he's been listening to you guys for
Yeah,
years.
that's what I was like, okay, is it from us? Come on. But
trickle
I can't take all the credit. A lot of it was just
No, I mean, he's a
real.
smart kid and he observes.
He's a good
and
kid. He's very
he's a
nice.
good guy.
And he has some great older brothers. I can
Yeah,
tell their
that's true.
influence in there.
But I do think having sisters helps understand women.
No,
Totally.
You grew up around a lot
Totally.
of girls.
Definitely helps. Okay, so we now do our 5 perspectives on a question. And for this one, it's what are the best and worst Thanksgiving foods? So pick what you think is the best, what do you think is the worst? What's your number one and your worst of all?
Stuffing is obviously the best, and I know that doesn't
Agree.
agree, just doesn't have taste.
I agree.
I'm sorry. The worst is sweet potatoes because they make me throw up.
Here's the worst. The worst is when people do that really weird one that, wait, what is it? Oh, wait. Oh.
No. Are you going to scare me?
Wait, isn't there one that has like sour cream?
I have a
and,
delicate stomach.
and then like really, and like,
Yeah.
wait, isn't there a really weird one that has like
I don't want to know.
tangerines?
I don't want to
That also has like sour. I've seen some weird like fruit salads, but they have like
Oh, absolutely not.
weird stuff in them. Oh, what does that have in it?
I don't know.
Wait, I need to look this up.
That's like whipped cream and random fruit.
Oh, that doesn't sound bad. No, I'm
No,
telling
and
you.
Jello or something weird
Well,
too.
there's this one that has like Jello and mayonnaise.
That is the worst thing that could exist.
So wrong.
You cannot just
People will be out here thinking they can just put mayonnaise in everything. That's not right.
Okay, that ain't right.
Okay, ladies,
Whoever did that,
I can't have that discussion.
you need to stop.
Okay,
Although I did have a chicken salad sandwich the other day that was made with Greek yogurt, and it was so good. Kat,
Oh,
Greek
that's
yogurt.
good. That's good.
It was so
I
good.
can get on
I'm very
It
weird
tastes
about
just like sour
yogurt
cream.
and savory things.
Oh,
I
wait,
Wait, you don't even
love
like
that.
So
yogurt.
No.
So how'd you?
I mean,
I
I
like
would try
flavored
it.
yogurt. Greek yogurt in this
But-
was good though.
I think Greek yogurt's amazing.
Look,
I've been
I
trying to
can't
be more
explain
open
why.
about things,
Christina, I feel like
but-
you would really like it though.
No, I would. I love
And she
it.
made them in these little croissants and put them all in the fridge, and they were cold, and it was so good.
Love it.
Ooh.
Oh, that sounds good.
Okay. Anyway, so that's yours,
well.
and I'm the same. Well, did
Not
you
the
say
sweet
worse?
potatoes.
You didn't say worse.
I said sweet
Oh, yeah.
potatoes.
Okay, so I already said I agree with stuffing. And then whatever the heck that was that she said, I'm telling you, I've seen people post like on Facebook that'd be like, my family
Keep your weird
like
foods to yourself. I
Thanksgiving
can't.
salad, whatever, and it's like something really disturbing.
I have too light of a
It's one of those people do weird. They mix weird
Jell-O
things
and
in like
mayonnaise,
fruit
that's
salad.
Catherine.
Really scary.
Amy, you're gonna make me go deaf in this.
Yeah.
one.
I am
Word
going to make
association.
myself be deaf.
Mom, what about you?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Our mom is a picky eater, just so you know. We did a picky eater
am.
test.
You got
I
the
sent
most.
it to the
You're very
group,
picky.
to our fam group, and you are the pickiest.
I believe that. I totally believe that.
You don't really come
But
across
I mean,
as picky,
all the
though.
stuff that I make for Thanksgiving is stuff that I love. So it's kind of hard for me to pick a favorite. I mean, I love the stuffing. I love the rolls, grandma's rolls that I make.
Oh, those
I
are
love
so
the
good.
pumpkin pie. And I love the sweet potato and apple dish that I make,
Oh, that's really good.
I don't
Good for you.
know.
What do you think's
Probably
the worst thing?
Well, I
It
mean,
doesn't even
if-
have to be something you make.
that
It ain't gonna be something she makes.
that
She makes
candied
what you
sweet
want.
potato stuff that's like sickeningly sweet, and I've never
where they
made
put
it. but-
marshmallows?
Yeah. That is too much for me.
yeah.
I'm like, ugh.
That's kind of.
I don't know that
Marshmallows,
one.
that, yeah.
Ours is more subtly sweet.
Yeah.
Wouldn't know.
Oh, I want to say she does an A+ Thanksgiving dinner.
She
I just gotta
does.
say.
An
It's
amazing
very like lots
Thanksgiving
of
dinner.
like fresh produce. Like we have like a big salad with lots of different things in
Lots
it.
of fresh
You
fruit.
and
like
that's your
a baked apple and sweet potato.
It's so great. We
What?
have fresh produce.
Wait, what? No, I'm saying it's.
That's what I think
No
of
offense, not
when I
trying to
think
shit
of
anyone else's
Thanksgiving.
dinners, but I feel like sometimes I've seen other things that are just very like mayonnaise, creamy.
sorry.
I don't like that. Although I did have a green bean casserole once that was really good.
We don't do the
But,
canned
yeah,
cranberries.
it's all like very
But a lot of
like,
people like
fresh and yummy. So
but I
anyway,
like ours better.
I would say probably the pumpkin pie. I love the pumpkin pie. Oh my
It's
gosh.
so
I mean, I
good.
love everything at Thanksgiving, but
She
pumpkin
makes
pie.
it from everything she makes. Every single thing
From
is from
scratch.
scratch, right?
Yeah.
Because our grandma, her mom.
Instilled.
Yeah.
I mean, I
beat it
still.
into us.
I bought a box of like brownie mix the other day, and I was like, I had never really. I don't think I'd done
Yeah,
that
our
before.
grandma
think it
is
was
very
illegal? 'Cause
anti-box.
That is like illegal.
It feels illegal.
You don't buy boxed whatever.
You make it from. I think she did that because it's like A, sense of pride, and B, like economical.
Oh, totally.
I feel like that grandma was so
She's like,
thrifty.
"Don't get a
She grew up in
box."
like was the Great Depression her time?
Yeah. She was born in
So she was just-
1933, right? in the
yeah,
middle of the
She's like, why would I
Depression.
spend?
Yeah.
Well, how much would be $1 on the box when flour is 1 cent?
I think her biggest thing was that all the stuff from scratch tasted better.
Yeah, that
does.
too.
I mean, she
It
made her own
does.
bread, and
She knew how to.
Oh my
She was
gosh,
a
her
super
bread.
cook.
Our grandma's
Awesome
a legend. And then I think my least favorite is just anything with mayonnaise. I don't like mayonnaise.
Yeah, I just can't deal with that.
I just see it and I
Right.
immediately I'm like I shut down.
Although if
Emotionally.
you replaced it with Greek yogurt, I might.
No, I wouldn't.
But here's the thing: don't you and Dad not hate mayonnaise?
Ew.
He likes it.
Mike, come on.
He likes it just a little bit, like not piling it on there. He doesn't
Yeah.
like it
But
like
he-
that.
yeah, if there's a
I can
tiny
deal
bit
with
on a
it.
sandwich or something, I don't mind.
We got
I
it.
don't choose to put it on things, but if it's on there, I don't mind it as long as it's only a little
Isn't
bit.
that weird? We got this from Michael. Michael's the one who
Yeah.
started it.
But I feel like it's just in you. It's innate.
But why did we not get it from them? No, I'm telling you,
mayonnaise gene.
Michael hated it. So now I was like, oh, this is all
But
horrible.
even if I eat it now, I'm like, ooh.
Because it's horrifying.
It's horrifying.
I don't know.
No, but Lisa and Lauren are going to the dark side.
No, don't.
And they both have said, didn't Lauren say it the other day?
They're not scared of it.
Pretty sure, yeah, Lauren, that she's not scared of it anymore. I need everyone who's around me to live in fear of it because I need it to not be around me.
To me, it extends sour cream, ugh, ranch, dressing, ugh, mayonnaise, ugh.
I got over it.
I don't even like cream cheese.
The
on mine.
thing with Michael was he couldn't handle anything white.
Yeah,
Couldn't
me
handle
too.
the yogurt, even
Okay,
mashed
see, I like
potatoes and gravy.
Mashed-
He
Michael
couldn't even
John.
handle that at
See,
the time.
that's
I think he
funny.
eats it now, but he couldn't handle it back
That's
then.
weird.
No.
And anything with onions. he couldn't
Absolutely.
handle
Oh, I love onions.
either,
I will eat a
so,
raw
yeah.
onion. I love onions.
Oh, me too.
Onions are the best
love a
of
good
all.
onion.
Bite out of an onion.
Yeah.
I love them.
Okay, that's a little much.
I would. I love onions.
I always eat onions while I'm chopping them up. It's
Yeah, they're good.
Wow.
All right, so that's faves and least faves. Now, we need to tell you guys that this episode is sponsored by BetterHelp, as in HELP, which is online therapy. So you guys know we've talked about therapy for years. We've been in therapy for years. Everyone, I think, can benefit from therapy because you have these professionals who can help you with all the challenges of your life. No matter what it is, there's someone out there who can help you. And we've talked a lot about like our journeys with therapy and especially how you need to find the right therapist. But it can be really intimidating trying to like start for the first time. Like, where do I go? Where do I find them? And then what if I don't like them? What do I do? And BetterHelp is an amazing solution to that problem. You can go to betterhelp.com/Cimorelli and check it out. We also have 10% off your first month. And here's the cool thing. So you do a questionnaire, which we all checked out the questionnaire. We took it. It was great. Love it. And it helps connect you with who they think will be the right person for you. But if you try that person out and you're like, I don't really feel like we clicked, it was the right one, you can change at any time to a new person. You don't have to worry about like, to break up with this therapist. Like, I don't know how I'm going to find another one, which is definitely a challenge. Not with BetterHelp. You just go to the next one. And I do recommend keep trying until you find the right person because that's been my personal journey, my very own personal journey.
love it.
With therapy and such is I've seen a lot of therapists who are just not the right fit for me and I didn't really get much out of it. But then when you find one who's a great fit, it can just be absolutely life-changing.
Yeah, therapy has been hugely beneficial for me. And I think there's something really powerful about just getting an outside perspective, someone that's not, you know, your family and friends who know you. It's kind of like, it feels a little bit more unbiased, this person and they have a lot of experience helping people with similar issues. So they can combine the knowledge of their experience and also their training to help you out. It's just been a huge change in my life as well. Just giving a lot of healthy coping skills and communication skills and things that have just helped me live a better life.
So if you guys want to check it out, go to BetterHelp, HELP.com/Cimorelli. You get 10% off your first month and you can learn more. Check it out. Linked in the description. Really hope it works out for you because you deserve to get help for whatever it is that you need help with in your life.
If you guys enjoy our podcast and you would like to get more of the Cimorelli podcast, make sure to check out our Patreon. Every other episode is fully available on Patreon, and there's also a lot of really cool other perks on there, extra content we don't post anywhere else, live streams that we do only with you guys, Skypes, there's birthday club, there's a lot of really cool things on there. And it's just a great way. If you guys want to support us, you love Cimorelli, you should definitely check out our Patreon. And there's also a lot of other old episodes on Patreon that we haven't posted anywhere else. So check it out.
I had to go grab Barrett because he woke up from his nap and his tweezers, of course. So he'll be sitting here for a sec. But he's
Is
probably
he
gonna
obsessed
leave.
with those?
Yeah, he loves his teasers, as he calls them. He likes to pick anything up with them. So we're now going to jump into the Q&A with our resident birthing expert, because the first question is about birth, Lynn Cimorelli. So I'm going to start with some questions from Patreon. Thank you to our patrons. We love you guys. Thank you for supporting us. Here's our first question from Monica. No, this is from Melissa. Melissa, to Lynn. Did childbirth get less intimidating and painful over time?
No. Just as painful every single time. Less intimidating, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was definitely
You're like, I've been through this.
more intimidating the first couple times. There's always a sort of a bit of anxiety going into delivery, you know, because things can go sideways and you never know. And so it's always like a relief to just get through it. You know, and then the last one, Joey, he turned into an emergency C-section. So that was pretty unexpected and scary. But, you know, it just all happened really fast at the end there. And then there he was, beautiful baby. So it was fine. In the end, it was fine. It was a tougher recovery, but it was all right. He's such a blessing. I wouldn't have it any other way. Happy to have him.
We love Joey.
We stand.
We love you, Joey.
This is from Joe Gianna Hall. Can you share some of the advice you gave your daughters as they started having children of their own? She gives us lots of advice
Wow.
because we ask for lots of advice. She doesn't give us unsolicited advice, which is nice. Because I always see these mothers who are like, won't shut up.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Yeah.
like, you should really be doing this. I always see people talk about their moms doing that, and they're like, Mom, stop.
Yeah. I have so much. I'm not sure where to, I mean, with the delivery stuff and being pregnant, just try your best to roll with it. I mean, you know, read and get educated, but don't overread and get, you know, scared of everything to where you're like, oh my gosh, I have this, I have that. You know, just relax. I when I was pregnant with Michael, I remember I was scared, and I had a cat that was pregnant at the time, and my cat had 5 kittens, and I watched her giving birth to these 5 kittens. I thought, man, she doesn't even have an epidural or a doctor or a hospital. Like, if she can do it, I can do it.
Mom, that's in a book that I read.
That's wild.
This hypnobirthing book. She talks about like animals, and I think she was talking about a cat specifically, but also like farm animals, and how it inspired her, the birth, watching the oh my gosh, literally.
See, I could have written that book.
Crazy.
That's
I
funny.
don't know anything about hypnobirthing, but so I guess I couldn't have read that book. But I do have that same kind of story. Because it's a natural process. So, you know, I think you just have to kind of take some comfort in that and go, okay, it's for a season. When you're in the middle of it, it feels like it's going to go on forever, and you're just, you know, going to be in pain forever. But it stops, and then, you know, it's over, and then you have this beautiful baby. And then the first couple months, you know, you're not getting any sleep, and you feel like you're going to die, and you think, oh my gosh, what did I get myself into? You know, but that's just a season too. And then they start sleeping more and more, unless they're Barrett. And
he took some time.
He took a little time to get some sleep, but like she's getting it with Tristan. Tristan's an awesome sleeper, and so she's recovering really quickly now, you know.
Much better.
And I'd say all 11 of them were pretty good sleepers for the most part. And once you get recovered, you know, which is a couple months pretty much, 6 weeks, whatever, it varies according to the person, you know, it just gets better and better from there. And then in general with kids, just love them. You know, they need a foundation of love more than anything else. And you do that, you're not going to go too wrong.
Okay, this is from Zoe, from Patreon still, which is, how were each of your children's names chosen?
Oh.
Find it easy or hard? All I remember is when you were naming, wait, who was it? That dad wanted to name Nunzio?
Every child.
It's kind of a joke, but it was kind of real.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the first one, Michael, was easy because his dad's name is Michael. So it was Michael
Easy.
John and Michael John and Michael John. So he's a junior. So that was a piece of cake. With girls, no offense, girls, but he didn't really care that much.
Like,
so
do
I got
whatever
to
you
pick the
want.
name. So
He just let you pick it?
yeah.
He's like,
was
you can just
"Yeah,
pick
that's
it."
He
fine."
didn't have any where he was like, I hate that name.
I occasionally was like, I don't know about that one, you know.
Wow. Nick is so opinionated.
Yeah, no, he was
Max
pretty
is too.
easy about it. I like classical names, and so Christina is a very classical name. And I had always actually wanted to name a daughter Christy Lynn. So I was sure she was going to be Christy Lynn, and then she ended up being Christina. And I thought, well, I could always shorten it to Christy, but I never did because I like Christina. It's
yeah,
such a
that's
pretty
funny.
name.
Christy
And you know
Lynn.
what's a weird fact is Nick's oldest sister is named Christy Lynn.
Oh, that's wild.
weird.
So that's
How
why
weird,
we couldn't
right?
do that, because you would have been confusing.
Christy Lynn's.
So funny.
And all, I mean, he did have an opinion for some reason about Lauren. He came across that name somewhere, and I was pregnant with her,
like,
and
"We
he's
gotta
like,
do this
I
name."
really like this name, Lauren. We need to do that. I was
Oh
like, okay.
my gosh. Wait, does Lauren know that?
I don't know.
Lauren is such a
think
like,
I told her
perfect
that
name
once,
for her.
but-
She's such
yeah,
a
it
Lauren.
fits her really well, right?
Oh my gosh.
And then with the boys, starting with Alex,
Everyone was
he just got hung up on this name Nunzio, and he he wanted to go like really hardcore Italian, like Giancarlo or, Vinny or I don't know.
Oh, he did?
Mob names, basically. I was like, we're not having a mobster. I'm sorry. And so, I don't know. I just was not down for Nunzio. That wasn't doing it for me. I said, maybe as a middle name, we could do like Dante because he has an uncle Dante. But I said middle name, So Alex's middle name is Dante.
Alexander,
so
Dante. It's a great name.
And then, he really wanted something like Angelo. And so I said, well, Joseph Angelo. How about that?
Oh
so
my gosh,
that.
I didn't realize that. Oh wait, I didn't realize that. And then Nicholas Anthony.
Nicholas Anthony, yeah. And then Christian, actually, I was almost ready to deliver him when the Winter Olympics were on. And we just had no ideas for names. I was just like so out of names. And there was this.
You only had two boys
that was your
Mom.
what? Ninth child?
But you only had
boy.
2 boys.
I know,
yeah, that
but we
was her
couldn't
third.
agree on anything because he wanted Nunzio and all these other names, And then, he wanted like some real strong name, and I'm fine with strong names. I just didn't want Nunzio. And so there was a skier on there, some champion skier, I think it was from Italy or somewhere. I don't even remember where he's from, somewhere in Europe. And his name was Christian. And I was like, that's a great name. And then as
And
it
he
turns
liked it?
out, yeah, he went along with it. And then as it turned out, our Christian went on to seminary.
He's finally
So it's
become
kind
a
of
priest.
perfect name.
Yeah. That's wild.
But
That's fun.
It's funny because I can't imagine Dad liking the name Christian. I don't know why.
He did.
He was just like, okay,
He
cool.
thought it was a strong name, and he was
It is
down for
strong.
it,
I love the name
And
Christian.
maybe because it was an Olympian guy, and so I don't know. Maybe that lent something to it. I don't really know, but
Yeah.
that's it.
Did you do Christian's, because Christian's middle name is Michael. Did you do that because of them having the same birthday?
Yes. Anybody who shared a birthday got the other person's name as their middle name, basically. So, like Lauren's middle name is Christine. It's not Christina because Lauren Christina didn't sound as good to me as Lauren Christine, but she's on Christina's birthday. And then I did not do that with Lisa and Nicholas. And Nicholas is not Nicholas Lisa.
That would be fun, though.
Can't think of what that
But
would
with
be.
Michael and Christian, Christian
Yeah.
was born on Michael's birthday, so he's Christian Michael. And
And then Joey was born the day after Christian and Michael's birthday.
yeah.
So he's just Joey.
But he got his own day.
Joseph
He got his
Angelo.
own name.
On his
name
own
on
day.
yeah.
Here's one from Dana on Patreon. Which of your 11 kids was the most difficult to birth?
Oh.
Well, I guess it must be Joey. It was Christina or Joey. Christina was very painful. She got stuck on the way out, so that was
Shoulder
very painful.
dystocia.
Yeah, so that was not a good
Got
thing.
those shoulders.
And then Joey ended up when he wouldn't come out, so he ended up being an emergency C-section. So that was
Not right.
wonderful.
Not fun.
yeah.
Yikes.
I didn't even know that about some of the names. That's wild.
Okay, Heather C. asks, do you sing or play any instruments? If so, what is your favorite song to sing and instrument to play?
Wow. Yes, I do. I actually have a master's degree in music and piano performance. So piano is my instrument. I don't really play anything else, just keyboards.
Do you play organ?
Kind of. I mean, I don't really do the feet. I know how to do the feet, but you have to practice that a lot
Yeah.
to get good at it. And I just never had the inclination to do that. Maybe someday. But any keyboard, like a synthesizer or anything like that, I can do that. I've always wanted to play guitar. So who knows? Maybe at some point. I have a penchant for Goo Goo Dolls songs. So
Lynn, their songs are so
I might have to get a guitar.
Lynn, I could learn you that fast.
I love that. You'll have
Oh
to
my
teach
gosh,
me.
that was
There's
so
like-
cool.
That's so funny.
What was the other part of the question?
Favorite song to sing?
Favorite song to sing? Well, I don't know. When I was younger, I used to sing a
80s?
lot of Pat Benatar.
I know I was going to say that.
Yeah, do you have like a go-to karaoke song if you were like singing karaoke?
I only did karaoke like one time, and I did
probably
an
wouldn't want
REO
to.
Speedwagon song.
I don't know what that is.
I don't even remember which one it was. I can't remember.
Okay, I
fun.
got 2 questions from Logan on Patreon. First is, what was your reaction to the amount of fame that your daughters have been seeing?
My reaction. Well,
Shook to the core?
I mean, I've been with them from the beginning, so it wasn't like this sudden thing. It was, like with anything, when you say something's an overnight success, there's always a lot of years of work behind an overnight success. And, they had been working towards this for years. And once, we moved to LA and they got their record deal, I was managing them during this whole time and co-managing during part of it. And so I was kind of in the thick of it the whole time. So it wasn't like a big surprise per se, but it was very surreal, going into all of these different record labels, like when we were finding a deal, and you guys were doing your thing before all the different labels. That was really surreal. I'm just happy for them. I think it's great that they're able to do what they love and that I had a part in it. That's fun.
Here's the other one from Logan. Kind of a random question, but how would you say Michael and Christina were with the younger siblings, like Danny, Joey, Nick, etc.? How was Michael? I don't remember.
Michael was always more off with his friends when he was around.
I don't remember Michael being around after he got his license.
Yeah, he just kind of disappeared into the ether. So we didn't really see him a lot at that point.
Except when we were jumping out of his window. I mean, when his computer, and we had to jump out his window when he would come home.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, it was
caught.
a first story window, just so you know.
Yeah.
You were jumping.
You would go into the ground that was right there.
You leave the window open
But
so
we
it's
were.
ready to go.
It was a little high up. Well, not really. But
you guys were little.
is
we
a
were
little high up.
jumping out of his window. That was fun, though.
It wasn't really that high, but okay.
We had to run.
But for Amy, it was.
Yeah.
It was, and for her little brothers, because they were all pretty low to the ground. And Christina, she was an amazing help. She was,
Thank you. Of course.
She, was the leader of the pack there. Oh gosh, I remember I got Christina a video camera. How old are you? Like 10 or 12 or something. And she became an instant director, and she, got all the little kids and started directing them, and she would make up these little skits, and she'd film all the different angles, and she'd put together these wild videos. They were just hilarious. And so it was, very entertaining for them and for me, because just watching it was really funny. So you were already practicing for what you do now.
Videos.
Mm-hmm. It was fun.
Future director.
Okay. On Instagram, we have, what was the hardest thing about raising 11 kids?
Probably the amount of work that goes along with it, the mountains of laundry and dishes and dirty diapers and things like that. That was probably the hardest thing about it, honestly. At times, the bickering would get a little loud, and that was not fun. But for the most part, there really wasn't that much bickering, because I think with so many kids, like if they started fighting with somebody, I would just say, you go over there and play with somebody else, just break it up. Stop. We're not going there, And so there was kind of kept that to a minimum level as much as possible.
Yeah, I do remember that. But I was annoyed that someone wouldn't play with me. Then I would go be like, oh, how about this kid? And I was at the park the other day with Amy, and there were these two siblings there, and I was watching them. Well, I was pushing the stroller, but I was, glancing.
Observing.
And they were really mad because they didn't want to play the same game, and they were just stuck. It was kind of sad because it was like, why would you play this? And the other kid's like, I don't want to do that. And they were trying to convince each other to play it, but they couldn't stop fighting because they wouldn't agree on what to play with. And I was like, man, thinking about my childhood, I'd just be like, fine, I'm going to go play with Lisa.
Well, yeah, that's what often happens when you have one child. You have to be the entertainment committee and be setting up play dates all the time. When you have two kids, they often fight constantly. When you have three, it's always like an odd man out kind of thing. So two will gang up on the one.
Because that was you.
Oh, yeah, we said
three.
that. She grew up with two siblings.
Totally. But it was my brother and me would gang up on my sister.
What?
Oh, poor Chloe.
Justice for Aunt Rolly.
I know, right? We weren't that mean. But and then, once you get into 4, you've got some variety of playmates there. And I think it actually gets easier at that point, believe it or not.
That's fun. Okay, here's an interesting one. Which child or children was the most challenging to parent?
That's shocking. I don't know who this answer could be.
Yeah, how are you thinking about that?
I would have to say Michael.
Yes. Really? Would have to say.
Would have to.
Just because he's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's just a
He had
wild
his
child. He knows
challenges.
it. I was one of the most difficult toddlers, right? You say
Oh,
me?
yeah.
Nick
You
I?
and Nick and Michael were all cholerics. So you were all difficult for me because I'm not a choleric. And so they just
Battle of the Wills.
Very strong-willed.
very stubborn, very strong-willed. Very driven towards like Nikki would just have temper tantrums and lie down in the middle of the floor and scream until he turned purple. It was
So would I, as we read in my book.
So did Christina. Yes.
But then Kath had her attitude. Was that a little older than a toddler?
Yeah, I think I was more like 4, 5, 6.
And that's not final.
Yeah.
Stomp off.
I was sassy little thing.
Good for you, Kat.
Sassy.
And then
Tell
Amy
them how
must
it
have been
is.
like really easy then.
Amy was
Perfect
pretty
angel,
easy. She was.
obviously.
A perfect. Did Amy ever do anything wrong?
No,
Never.
literally.
No, I don't think she did.
I don't
have
remember
other
her
issues in
doing
life.
anything wrong. I mean, she just was, in a frog suit and hanging out in the corner of the couch.
Amy had hip dysplasia.
I don't know what it was.
Yeah, so she had to wear a little suit thing that kept her legs in a frog position for a
Oh,
while.
yeah, that's
until
why I
she
can
was like
squat
18 months
so
old.
well.
That's
Okay,
it.
this one will take some time, but just try to do short answers and then it will happen. Name one special character trait of each child.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Just top of the, what comes top of your, okay, Michael.
Michael.
We'll do oldest, youngest.
Wild and crazy.
Free spirit.
Yes, very free spirit. Christina, leader, super organized.
Cat.
Catherine, writer, very creative and warm-hearted, very giving. Lisa, wacky.
So true.
But really, she's just been great, stepping up to the plate here with Chad and with the baby. She's awesome. She's really been an awesome wife and mother. I got to hand it to her.
Oh, Lisa.
Amy, the social director. Amy used to walk around and give everybody tours of the house when she was 3 years old. In this room, we have this. And this person sleeps here. And this person sleeps there. Still do. Alex. Well, when he was little, he was the silent terror. Stick like screwdrivers in the outlet and make big arcs, and he stuck one in the phone jack when we used to have phones, and he knocked the phone service out for a whole day.
Silent terror.
He was very, very quiet and like introverted.
Oh, very quiet. He used to hide behind me whenever anybody come to the door, even like grandma who he knew, But now he's like super. He's awesome. He's my husband's right-hand man in our business, and he is certainly not afraid of people anymore. He's very talented with computers and
Generally being smart.
running projects,
Yeah,
pretty
he's
much
very
anything.
smart.
Yeah, accounting, all of that stuff. Who's next? Lauren. Lauren is also a leader like you, but in a very
Isn't that
different way. She's very organized, extremely creative, very intuitive, very gentle, kind soul, but yet has an edge to her if you ruffle her feathers.
True.
Danny?
Danny is super fun. She's really fun to be around. She's a sweetheart. And she's definitely come into her own, She's finding her way and really stretching out as an individual, But she's always been an individual, She's just kind of...
She's independent.
Yeah, she's very independent, even as a little kid.
She's a very vibrant child. She's like,
Oh, yeah.
she liked to like dance a lot and sing
Yes.
the classics. Christian? Oh my
Christian
gosh.
is, he's awesome too. He's very different from most of the others, probably most like Alex, very intellectual, very philosophical. He's majoring in philosophy. Just brilliant to talk to and deep thinker, really cares about people too, really cares about your spiritual life and your soul, wants to, make sure everybody's on the train to heaven. He's a good kid. Nick is Nick is really fun. He's very strong-willed, very stubborn. Never get in an argument with Nick because he will not let it end until he pounds you into the ground.
He has a real problem.
Most of the time, he doesn't even care care what he's
does it in a
arguing
nice
about.
way. It's
No,
kind of
he
weird.
doesn't care what he's arguing about. He just has to win.
He just likes it a lot.
Which is total choleric, that's his choleric side coming out.
should
But he's really good with people. He's very intuitive. He surprisingly so for somebody who can be so hard-headed and almost bullying in some ways, but yet he really gets people, and
He does.
I mean, more than almost anybody in the family, I would say. He's
very people-oriented.
really intuitive.
He really understands
Of
people.
strong emotional intelligence.
Nick,
Yeah.
he's an angel.
We love it.
Believe it or not, that's in there. Yeah,
Joey, the last.
Joey.
Our king.
Last but not least.
Joey is a total sweetheart. He's super fun to be around. He's like a quiet extrovert, if that makes sense. He loves people,
kinda
but
like
he's
him.
not like a life of the party person like Michael. He's a little bit more laid back and reserved, but yet he's super fun to be around.
Joey's so fun.
Not particularly shy. And he and Nick are both very athletic. Joey loves basketball. That's his thing.
He has a wild mind for statistics as well.
He does. He has like a major memory. Like if you ask him anything about basketball statistics since the start of basketball history, he can
so
pretty
weird.
much tell you anything and everything about
That's
it.
wild.
It's wild. Yeah.
All right, next question is how many kids did you want to have in the beginning?
0.
Wow, Lynn.
I didn't really have any strong opinions about it. I didn't set out to have any kids, to be honest. I didn't want 0, but I didn't really think about kids. I hated babysitting when I was younger. I really did. I did it a couple of times, and I fell asleep, and they came home. They were not happy about that.
My gosh.
I was tired. But,
Wait, in the daytime?
No, it was at night.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's not a big deal. I
Well,
always
apparently it
almost
was
fall
to
asleep.
them. You're supposed to stay awake. I mean, it was only 11 when they came home. I should have been awake, but I wasn't.
Well, what is going to happen?
You're like, I'm done with this.
Yeah, I'm done with this.
Oh my gosh.
But I was open to life, and I got all these great kids, and I was really dumb for not thinking about all that. But I have no regrets. Very happy with the way things ended up.
Love to see it. Love to
Yeah, a
see
bunch of
it.
people said, do you regret it? Do you regret
No.
having 11
Gosh,
What the?
no. Yeah, I mean, when you hear a question like that, it's like, well, which one would you send back?
Yeah.
None. There's nobody.
which one?
If you could, would you have more children?
If you could.
Okay, I would love, I'm not the one answering, but I would love to have more siblings. Because I'm like, what would the next one be like?
Yeah, that's true.
What if it was another little sister? What if it's another little brother? It just sounds so exciting. Obviously, we're not having more siblings. Now we have our own children. But that sounds very
11
exciting.
wasn't enough for you.
That sounds really exciting to me.
I'm wondering what her answer would be.
I wanted to have more, but we were just at the end of what I could do.
Yeah.
But,
Because you were like, how old were
I
you,
would
Joey?
love to have another one. 41, 42,
Okay.
somewhere around there.
That's pretty rare, I would say, right?
Wait, so how old are you when you had Michael?
25.
So 25 to like 41?
That's pretty fun, pretty fresh.
Yeah, 16 years of having
Wow.
babies. 11 kids in 16 years.
We kind of talked
Wow.
about this, but how are you an extrovert or an introvert, and how do you balance that with such a large family? That is.
I'm
good
an
question.
introvert. I'm definitely an introvert.
Our dad is.
Yeah,
an
was that
extrovert.
overwhelming? Just being around constant like noise and chaos?
I got to where I block it out.
Same.
I just didn't even hear it anymore.
Same.
And I get, maybe it was a skill that I developed because like if I go to a party now, oddly enough, your dad is super extroverted. And like we were walking through downtown Nashville a few months ago and there was a ton of people there. And after like an hour of it, he was like, this is too much. I'm getting overwhelmed. We need to leave. And I was like, what? I'm not
You're like,
overwhelmed.
I'm
What are you
having a
talking
great
about? I mean, I was just, I don't know. I just zoned out. The people just didn't bother me. I just, whatever.
That's
so
funny.
I don't know.
Were there any moments where you felt overwhelmed and tired?
Probably not.
I
Never.
wonder. Having 11 children.
Never felt it.
You know, I think when you're in a constant state of overwhelm, you don't really feel overwhelmed anymore. Because it's just
That
like your norm.
makes sense.
Wow.
Checks out.
But yeah, I mean, certainly things get overwhelming, but you just do it because that's your life and you just deal with it. I mean, what are you going to do? What are the options? Like whether it's with one, I mean, as soon as you have one, you're overwhelmed.
That's true.
It really doesn't matter beyond
That's
that.
true.
One changes your life
Yeah,
forever.
you still have a human that's just depending on you at all times.
Totally.
Kath doesn't know what it's like to have one.
I know. I was like, can't relate, but I'm sure it's hard.
But you know what it's like to be overwhelmed
You have
too.
any.
I know what it's like to have two.
What was it like getting groceries for 13 people?
Expensive. Sorry.
Wild. Hey, how many carts full?
I just did one cart full. I went to Costco and I would just get like the big packages of everything and the big thing of like 6 milks and, big, huge packages of ground
6
beef.
milks?
Oh, yeah. We'd go through
Wait,
like
how do we
6
fit that
in
in
a
our
week.
fridge?
We had like 3 refrigerators.
Oh, that's right.
Like at Serrano, we had the one in the kitchen, then we had one in the pantry.
And then one in the
and
garage.
then we had one in the garage.
I
One
remember that.
downstairs.
One downstairs.
Oh, this is something you
too.
should know. How many ovens, microwaves, washers, and dryers? You should tell them how many appliances we had.
You mean all together?
No,
or-
just like sets. Like we had,
Oh,
how
in-
many
in
ovens?
that
We had
house?
3 ovens.
Yeah. Well, we had a double oven upstairs and we had another oven downstairs because we had 2 kitchens. And then we had 2 dishwashers upstairs and one downstairs. And then 2 sinks upstairs and one downstairs. And
We had 2 washers, 2 dryers.
2 washers and 2 dryers. Yeah. And they were
Could've
running
had
all the
3.
time.
We could have had 3
Oh,
for sure.
yeah. They were
Probably
running
3.
all
It
the
was
time.
just constant. Yeah. It was wild.
wild.
Yeah.
That
We
really
had
was
2
wild.
microwaves. We
And
had one upstairs.
God
and one
forbid if
downstairs.
the dishwashers broke, which happened.
Which happened. Yeah.
I hand
like
washed the
time
dishes
to
one
hand
time,
wash.
and it took me 3 hours
That's not
Yeah.
right.
when the dishwasher broke. I really wanted to get the kitchen clean because my friend was coming over to make Christmas cookies. And I was like,
It's like, this needs to be clean.
and I was like, I stayed home because you guys went Christmas tree shopping, and I was like, oh, but I need to clean this.
Where was this? Which house?
This was in Malibu.
Oh, yeah. There
We
was
only had one at that
dishwasher
point.
there. Yeah.
Yeah,
There was
but
only
it
one there.
was a long.
gonna
I'm just telling
say.
you, it's a long time to hand wash.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
It's a
is.
lot of dishes. There's
Yeah.
no doubt.
You know what I feel like we should bring back is hand washing rubber gloves. I never use them.
oh my God.
They
but
still
my
sell 'em.
nails always get ruined.
They still sell them.
Yeah, they still
They're
sell.
not a thing anymore. Well, they are a thing, but they're not. You know
Well,
what I
because
mean?
most people are using the dishwasher. They're not necessarily hand washing. Or if they do, it's only a few dishes they hand wash.
Yeah.
When you used to
Yeah.
have to do a whole sink full, like when I was a kid, then yeah.
Yeah, I need those. I
Oh,
need to
here's a
get
good
them.
one. Who out of all the children is most like you? Mommy, get the tweezers? Okay. That's right there. Yeah, which one of us would you say is most like you?
Probably somewhere between Lisa, Lauren, and Christian.
Oh,
Oh.
I can see that.
what like
Maybe
attributes?
Christian, actually. Maybe Christian. I don't know.
Interesting. Which attributes do you feel like
Of him?
of, or just in general of those 3 that you relate
Well,
to?
the introvertedness, of course. Christian, in particular, really likes to have heady conversations. Like me, I love to do that too. Like to really dive into a topic and just like take it to a very deep level and listen to heady podcasts and things like that about deep subjects. And he likes to have those kinds of conversations.
Yeah, I will brag about my mom for a second. She skipped 2 grades in school
She's very smart.
and graduated high school at the age of
15.
15. She's very smart, and she can read a book in a day.
I can, yeah.
Crazy. I don't think I ever did that except for like maybe Harry Potter. Even then, I don't think I finished it.
That's a big book.
Wait, so here's the
But we would just sit
question.
there and read the whole thing.
What do you do now that you only have 2 children that are like old
Yeah, is that weird?
in your
the
house?
Empty nest.
Well,
Almost.
I read, I listen to podcasts.
She watches
I,
our children.
I watch these
Yeah, her
guys. I watch
grandchildren.
little Barrett.
How many
yeah.
grandchildren do you have? 9?
9.
Yeah, she has 9 grandchildren.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Here's one. Which child goes to you for advice the most? Amy?
I was gonna say
Or is it me?
more
I
about
call you
like
I think Christina and Catherine both. It might be a tie.
I feel like I call her almost every day to ask
You
something.
don't have a kid. When you have a kid, it'll be you.
depends.
Amy
Yeah.
asked me little bits of advice
My
here
thing
and there.
is more just like, is this food bad? How do I cook this? Is my dryer gonna explode?
Funny.
I call it gas.
yeah. Amy keeps you on my toes.
Who were the easiest children? Where do you went through the hardest?
The easiest?
take care.
Amy.
Thank you.
Amy was pretty easy.
Is Joey easy?
I think Joey was pretty easy. Christian was easy. Alex was actually pretty easy too.
Once he stopped
Once he stopped being
doing
a terror.
all that stuff.
Once his reign of terror came to an end.
Yes, his reign of terror.
Have you had much confidence or not?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think that when you go through tough things like raising a lot of kids, your confidence builds, as you have more successes of any kind in life, things that you get through that are struggles or difficult. Even just having your first child, going through childbirth. I think you guys can probably relate to this. It's difficult and you get through it. And, you learn about yourself and you realize you're tougher than you thought you were.
So
and
true.
Even getting through the first year of having children, which I'm sure you feel like you can handle more than you thought you could.
Yeah.
And now you have number two. You're probably. I remember you were really nervous, like I was when I first had you. I first brought Christine home from the hospital, and the first day she was there at home, my husband had already gone to work, and Michael woke up. He was 1.5, and then Christina woke up. She was a newborn. I remember I just pulled the sheet over my head and I started crying.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
horrible.
that sounds. Wait, the
so
first
scary.
day you came home?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was terrifying.
Nick was with me when I came home for like a week or two. So if he wasn't, I would have been like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah. No,
But
I
then
was
it got
on
a lot
my
easier.
own, and I was really scared.
Oh my gosh.
It's overwhelming.
But
I love
it was.
this question. Did you ever get bored of finding out you were pregnant again? Like, I'm so bored. I just got pregnant again.
I'm pregnant. Boring.
Yeah, actually, I'm wondering that.
Do you
too. Were
think you're
just
less
like,
shocking or
whatever,
you're
you're
equally
like,
as
oh my
shocked?
God.
Yeah, were you shocked every time?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, not necessarily shocked, but maybe like, oh, okay. I mean, it's kind of funny because when we built that first house in El Dorado Hills, we had the three of you, and I was pregnant with Lisa at the time, so we knew we were going to have at least 4 kids, and we built it with only 3 bedrooms, a big master and a big boys' room and a big girls' room, but they weren't really that big. And I don't know if we just thought it was going to be Michael and you guys, and somehow that was just magically going to stop.
Oh, interesting.
Because we stayed there until we had Danny.
Yeah.
So when we moved out 1 month after Danny was born. So she's number 8. So we had 8 kids in there.
Wow.
I don't know. We were just delusional, I think. I don't know.
Well, that was all the questions. We're going to go on to Sister Spotlight. If you loved this episode, let us know if you want to see our mom in future episodes. If you have ideas, it's probably a bunch of fun episodes we could do with her. So let us know your guys' ideas. So Sister Spotlight is where we put the spotlight on a different sister each week. We have Get Real with Christina, Sappy or Sassy Thoughts with Kath, Lisa's Corner, Amy's Current Crisis, and Lauren's Take. And this week, the sister is... Ding! Me! Get Real with Christina. So I'm just going to do a short and sweet message. And it goes along with our sponsor too. But I think this was Amy's idea. Wait, was this your idea, Amy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Amy came up with this for me, which is... Oh, Barrett needs his tweezers that he dropped on the floor. It is, when you need help, you need to actually ask for it. So this is a disease I had for many years. I just thought I would be a burden. I can't ask for help. Like, I'm not allowed to ask for help. No one wants to help. I don't deserve it. All these different things, And then when I had my first child, Barrett, I had to get over it or I just wasn't going to survive. So at some point, I just had to get over it. And at first, it was hard to even ask for an hour. Like, can you watch him for an hour? Or can someone help me with this for an hour? I was just like, okay, an hour, that's asking a lot, but I could try to ask for that. And then slowly I got used to it and realized I can ask people for help. Like, people ask me for help all the time. And I always, if I can, I always help people. And I like helping people. I actually love when people ask for help. I almost never hate it. So I don't know what my problem was, but I think a lot of... Barrett's asking for help with the tweezers that he dropped again.
See, you're modeling the behavior.
Keep dropping them, you're not going to get them. But
Here, I
we're
can't
almost
get them down.
we're almost done anyway. You want to go get them? You can go get it. Anyway, let me wrap that thought up. So, here. So, if you need help with something in your life, which you probably do, we all need to get over being scared of being a burden and being scared to reach out to people. Emotional help. You need to get a therapist. You need to repair a relationship. You need help with whatever it is. If this is a sign for you, if you're looking for that sign, you deserve to get the help you need and you need to ask for it. Just go for it. Even if it's really scary, even if it's really hard, just go for it. If someone makes you feel like crap for asking for help, ignore them. Block them and report them.
Yes.
That's all I got to say. Get real with Christina. YouTube. If you want to see the full episode, next week's episode, you're going to want to see the full one. You can only see it on Patreon, the full thing. It's our brother, Nick, giving dating advice. Okay, it's going to be really good. If you want to see that full episode and all the other ones, full episode, you got to join our Patreon. Link in the description. See you guys later.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Cimorelli podcast. Follow Cimorelli on Spotify and subscribe on YouTube. You can also find Cimorelli on Facebook and Instagram.